So we finally found a home that we thought we could call our forever home. But we went sale agreed. We started thinking about how we're going to move, where we're going to put furniture, what we're going to do. And then we actually had to walk away. Now, it was not because we changed our mind or we found something better, but it was actually the surveyor that noticed one small thing that saved us from making the biggest financial mistake of our life. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brian. My wife, Michelle, our two kids, and I are currently in the process of looking for a forever home. Somewhere completely different to what we were used to. We're in a town, we're looking for something outside of a town, some rural, a completely different lifestyle. And to be fair, I think we all thought we actually found it. But then, as we found out, nothing is straightforward when you're buying a house in Ireland. So when we finally went sale agreed, we were buzzing. We were so happy, as you can imagine. We finally found what we thought was our forever home. We started talking about paint swatches and where furniture was going to go and all these different things. Uh, we even went furniture shopping. We're not buying the furniture, but we went looking window shopping because we were allowing ourselves to dream being in that house. And as you might be familiar with, after only a day being sale agreed. I'll link the video here to explain what happened when we got what we call the first phone call from our estate agent to basically let us know that the seller changed his mind and wanted 15 grand more. As I said, here's a video that basically I'm going to link to let you have a look at how we dealt with that. We didn't pay more. Very important. We had a deal, we stuck to it, and so did the seller at that stage. But then the surveyor piece came into it. So when I spoke to the surveyor, I asked him to make sure to pay close attention to two very important things for us. The very first one was the attic. We always had the plan with this particular house to convert the attic and have two extra bedrooms upstairs because the house as it was had only two bedrooms. Now, we always factor that into our cost of the house and the purchase of it. And he did exactly that. He looked after their survey, and while he was doing the survey, he paid close attention to the attic and made sure that he was happy that the attic could be converted into another two bedrooms and even a bathroom. There was plenty of room in there because it was a bungalow, so you've got a length of the house, which was perfect. So the second thing we asked the surveyor to pay close attention to was the solar system. And as he was doing that, he came back to us with basically letting us know that while he was going through the house, he noticed that the solar system was actually turned off. And that set off red flags. So we contacted the estate agent to ask what is actually going on here. Why would it be turned off? Especially because we had a fantastic week of sunshine in Ireland. And when we actually got the answer from the estate agent, we were absolutely gobsmacked. So he let us know that the solar system was installed, but was just never completed. So we had all the panels on the roof, we had the battery there too to store the energy that the solar system was supposed to be generating, but was never connected. So it was an absolute shock. And it wasn't just a small thing here. The reason why that was such a big deal to us was because that was factored into the cost of the overall house and the budget that we had to do the renovations and things like that made a massive difference. So now having to also worry about connecting up the solar system without knowing exactly how much that's going to cost, it was a massive worry and a massive red flag. So at this particular moment, we actually didn't want to kill the deal. We were trying to save it. So the way we were trying to go about this after talking to the estate agent was put two options to the seller, right? Either A, fix it. The simplest thing to say. You go away and find a way to connect it up safely so that it's all up and running when we walk in through the door, right? Before we sign the contract. Option B, the second option that we put to the seller was get a quote from the company that you hired to put the solar system in, find out how much it is to complete it, and then give us a reduction on the house price to basically pay for that service once we move in, right? We thought it was an absolute reasonable offer to make, but the seller, he outright refused both options. So after that, that's when everything changed. Everything changed for us because it no longer became a thing about the solar system. It no longer became a thing about the cost of it. We just couldn't trust this particular purchase anymore. We couldn't trust that we didn't find something further down the line that would end up costing us an absolute fortune. So after a lot of back and forth with my wife, we decided to pull out the deal. We just couldn't risk it. So we're back to square one, looking through that after every single minute of the day that I have spare. We're back to talking to estate agents. We're back to square one, really, which is it's a tough place to be, but we're not going to give up because there is going to be a house out there for us. We are going to find our forever home. We're not going to give up on this. And in fact, we've already identified another one that we're going to end up having a look at. So just stick with us because you're going to eventually see us find the right house. I know it because I certainly think we will. I'll bring you along. Why not? It's a bit of fun. And if nothing, it's drama that everyone likes to watch. So we'll see how it goes from here. And thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So see you next one. Good luck to you.